Hey yo, what's going on, lads? Welcome back to another tactics video on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at 4-2-3-1, which seems to be the counter for the 3-5-2 I found over the last couple of weekends. As you all would have probably experienced, the 3-5-2 is dominating Ultimate Team at the moment, but I'm finding that the 4-2-3-1 can counter it. Let's just dive into the tactics. If you do enjoy, remember to leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, let's just dive straight into the tactics. So 4-2-3-1. We'll talk about this first. We've got the defensive setup, so 45 width, trying to keep it all compact. When you're playing against the 3-5-2, a lot of it's going to come down the middle. I know you're going to get a few bits from the full backs overlapping, but a lot of the danger comes from that middle and the bonus pass in the middle. What you're trying to prevent is that bonus pass. And then the depth, I have it quite high. I like to push up quite high up the pitch. You can play with this one, but I'd say between 50 and 60 is probably about right. You don't want to be going any higher or any lower. I mean, if you're like a super competent FIFA player, you could probably play past 60 and you'd be fine. But if you're, you know, between 40 and 11 win type of foot champs player, I would recommend between 60 and 50, just so you got that balance. On the offensive, we're doing a balanced build-up as normal. We don't want to do anything too crazy. Just a normal balanced build-up with direct passing. As we all know, this has been the strongest chance creation method this year. Essentially, if you haven't watched my previous video, which will be linked for this for the 3-5-2, it pushes the defensive line backwards when you're attacking. So it allows you to get into the opposition box a lot quicker, and therefore you can just play the bonus pass, which everyone's doing at the moment. And you know, you're gonna be able to attack a lot quicker. Width on the attack 45. We're gonna put a lot of our attack down the middle. Your left cam and right cam will overlap, so they'll play like wingers. Which is very good, and it's very good for pinning back the 3-5-2. Players in the box for don't want to overcommit. Your striker and the cam should be the guys that are getting into the box, and your wide men are going to be crossing or pinging those crosses, those passes across. So you don't need to go too wild of players in the box. Then corners one and free kicks one, same as everything else. Corners is what you're most likely to get counted off, so you want to avoid them. And then free kicks, you're either going to be playing it short, you're going to be taking a pop, so there's no reason to risk a counter attack off the back of that. This is basically my setup. This is how I play. But it's a quick one though. It's nice to have a left-footed player on the right-hand side and a right-footed player on the left-hand side. If you didn't know that already, I think a lot of people do, but just in case you're watching this and you have no clue about how to set this up. And then you want someone relatively two-footed in the centre cam position, which is, I know Salah is traditionally 3-star weak foot, but this version of him has got a 4-star weak foot, so he works quite nicely. You could play Son there, but he's a bit too clunky in my opinion. He's nice out wide. Into the instructions, we'll start up front with Kylian Mbappe. Stay forward, that is it. Nothing else. You don't need to change anything. Just have your striker stay forward. You don't want him coming back because he is your only focal point up front. Just leave him there. Centre cam. I literally get into the box for a cross on him, and that is it. Don't change anything else, just leave it all the same. Balance will allow him to, you just kind of float around in that midfield area, pick up passes, join Mbappe when he needs to. Yeah, if you've got someone with really good attacking position and good awareness, like Salah, you can get away with this. Get into the box for crosses. You could have stay forward, but I wouldn't recommend it just because sometimes it's nice to have him drop in the pocket between Kante and Vieira to create a bit more of a solid midfield. But you can have a play with it and let me know how you get on. The right cam. We have got come back on defense, get in the box for crosses, nothing more. Again, come back on defense. Again, it doesn't mean they're going to defend all the time. They're going to stay back like a defender, but when you're without the ball, they come back, track back, and help you try and get that back. Obviously then it almost creates like a 4-4-2 with the banks. Then it drops in next to Vieira and Kante, and then the same for Ronaldinho. Come back on defense, get in the box for crosses. You're dropping in and they're dropping into the areas by Kante and Vieira. So they're almost you got 2 banks of 4 defending then, which is perfect for defending those wings against the 3-5-2. The CDMs, I've been using these tactics all year and they've been perfect for me. Cut passing lane, stay back while attacking, cover center. I love it. A lot of people don't like the cut passing lanes, so you can try that and let me know how you get on with it. But a lot of people like to keep this on balanced, never man mark, because it just gets a bit messy. But you can leave it on balance. But I like cut passing lanes, so it does a little bit more automatically. You might get a couple of rebounds and a couple of bounce backs in your favor, and the same for Vieira then. Same tactics covering the center, because you've got Dino and Son covering wide. There's no need for him to cover wide. Just make sure you're looking after that center area where the extra pass is going to come from every single time. Center backs, unless you're an absolute psychopath, you don't need to be touching these and sending them forward or anything else like that. Don't change them, because if you do, you're a braver man than I am. Left and right back, same tactics for these two. Stay back while attacking. If you like your fullbacks to attack, I would still put them on stay back while attacking, but I would flip it over on the D-pad, so it's up and left on the D-pad, which will send them forward, which will override this setting. Just saves you pressing pause whenever you want to send your fullbacks forward. You can toggle it on the D-pad, so have them stay back, and then if you want them to go forward to have additional support, toggle it on the D-pad, and then set it to overlap. So they're just bombing down the outside of Dino and Son for me, which is amazing. Goalkeeper, everyone seems to forget about goalkeeper when it comes to tactics, but there are a couple of important ones on there. Come for crosses, sweeper keeper, nothing more. Just do that and you will be absolutely fine. Someone like Allison with sweeper keeper and comes for crosses, honestly, he's crazy. He's crazy because you're like 90 pace, so he takes everything. So yeah, that is my 4-2-3-1 tactics. If you have enjoyed, remember to leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do use them, let me know how you get on in the comment section down below. And as always, run it.